Hello, I'm Ian Brander, and this is my review of the Sigma 50mm f1.4 art lens. Sigma has changed as a company. Rather than aiming for a cheap price tag, their new art lenses have been striving for absolute quality, and the results have been phenomenal. They have been blowing the Canon and Nikon competition out of the water and often matching or overcoming the prestigious German Zeiss lenses. Sigma has made a huge name for itself with these highly professional, highly proficient, beautifully designed lenses. I started off doing some test shots with the 50mm art lens on the Canon C100, photographs of some of my friends on the refrigerator, and filming myself in a mirror, which is incredibly boring and nobody really wants to see that in a video. So I decided to call my friend Kyle and have him be my model. The images are so incredibly sharp, especially at f2. So when I was shooting Kyle, I shot most of these images within that aperture. DxOMark, which is a website that scientifically tests different lenses, rates this lens sharpness at 21 megapixels when mounted on a Canon 5D Mark III, which is identical in sharpness to the $4,000 Zeiss Otis lens. If you're wondering where the Canon 50mm f1.2L stands in the scale, it's rated at 14 megapixels. That's 2/3 as sharp as the Sigma Art. Now you see why this lens deserves its hype. Sharpness is really the biggest pro with this lens. The build quality is beautiful too, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the astounding image quality. That's the reason this lens is so popular. Now let's talk about the cons. The first thing you'll notice is this is no nifty 50. Weighing almost 2 pounds, it's over 6 times heavier than the plastic Canon. For a 50mm lens, this lens is heavy. It is not made for low-profile shooting, it's made for high-end photo shoots. For some people, heavy is a big con, but let's be honest, you can't have it all. Heavy is not a big con when you're getting an image this good. I'm a video shooter, not a photographer, and the thing that's most important to me, above the lens's image quality and sharpness, is whether or not your image is in focus. Now I see this a lot on YouTube, where the videos just jump in and out of focus and they're striving so hard for this shallow depth of field, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy this shallow depth of field myself, but the key factor for me is that the image stays in focus. To me, that's a big deal. For this reason, I enjoy using the Rokinon lenses, not necessarily because of their image quality or sharpness, but because the focus throw is very long. With all that said, I'm about to list the second, and in my opinion, the biggest con of using this lens for video. The Sigma's focus throw is pretty touchy. That's not to say it's impossible to rack focus with this lens, but it will take a lot of practice. This is something you'll have to consider if you plan on buying this lens for video. For photographers, the short focus throw of the lens should be no problem whatsoever, because in autofocus mode, it simply means that it focuses quickly, so that you won't miss the shot. All in all, do I recommend this lens? Well, it depends on the type of work you do. For most video shooters, I would recommend manual lenses that have a longer focus throw. If sharpness is of the utmost importance and you're shooting in a controlled environment and the camera's sitting on a tripod, then yes, I would recommend this lens. Photographers, on the other hand, that's a lot easier to answer. Yes, get this lens. The sharpness, the picture quality will put you well above the competition. Well, that's about all I have to say about this lens, and my name is Ian Brander. Thank you very much for watching.